Oh dear. I don't think you're in the right place, are you? No, not at all. This area was restricted for the self-proclaimed hero of your town. And me, of course. I hate to break it to you, sweetheart, but, he's not as great as you all think he is. And even worse for you, there's no possible way to get out of this area, so I'm afraid you'll have to be stuck here when me and your beloved hero have to fight. Sorry, darling. But don't worry. I might even spare your life if you somehow manage to survive the whole fight. Although I may not have enough arrows by then, so we'll have to resort to some creative options. Won't that be exciting? Also, has your hero ever heard of punctuality? It's very rude to make someone of my status wait for so long. Haven't you heard of my reputation? It's very high, and by that I mean in a bad way, of course. But as a villain, that's pretty much all you want, isn't it? I have become a household name. In a bad way, of course, but at least I'm well known. That's all I ever wanted anyway. A little recognition over here, a little fun on the side. No big deal if a couple people get hurt along the way. I'm just assisting our overpopulated world. At least that's what I'd like to think. But your hero doesn't see things that way. He thinks that everything I do is just evil and vile, which isn't even true at all. He didn't even take the time to get to know me before he tried to kill me. I, being the considerate person I am, went to all the trouble to get to know this poor soul. Did you know the only reason he became a hero is because his sister died? He didn't care about the community. He just wanted revenge. Which is the main cause for villainy, you know. You can't die yet, please. If it wasn't for me, you would have fallen right there, right onto the spikes below you. This whole place is covered in traps. For your hero, of course. But he hasn't even shown up, so you might trigger a few before he gets here. So I suggest you stand still. Thanks, I appreciate it. Also, I appreciate your presence. Otherwise, I would have been very bored waiting here all by myself. I can't believe he's not here yet. I made it very clear I'd burn the city down 6:30. And I always keep my word, unlike some people. I can't stand those types. If you say you're gonna do something, follow through and do it. That's my code, at least. Now, liars, they're fine. Burglars, they're okay too. But promise breakers, those are on my bad side. Reasoning. Do you really need a reason for the things you do? What if you just do them because you feel like it? Is that not a good enough reason for you? Do you need an elaborate backstory to go along with it? No, that's society talking, darling. That's not you. I'm sure you have your own opinions on things that were most likely shaped by the people around you. Am I right? Exactly. If you really must know, I am one of the people to look for attention. I know that's very shallow, but sometimes you just wish for your work to be appreciated. When I was younger, the town I grew up in thought I was talentless and useless. Thankfully, I was able to prove them wrong in my teen years, creating a chemical mixture that was strong enough to burn down that whole stupid town. None of them deserved to live anyway, at least in my opinion. I hope purgatory does them well, if that even exists. My, I seem to be getting a little bored of this waiting game. Shall I begin the burning down of this silly city? No? Why not? Don't tell me you're gonna go down on your knees and beg me to stop. That's so boring. Everybody does it. At least anybody that witnesses my heinous crimes. Which are a very rare few, you know. You should feel grateful. You get a front row seat to the burning down of your city. Or do you even live here? No? That's good for you then. Your loved ones and friends from your other city will be just fine. This city is very filthy and full of disgusting excuses for people. I don't think they deserve to live here, do you? The original countryside was very beautiful. Hopefully it can return that way once I'm done with it. Oh, so you finally decided to join the party. Hello. Yes, hostage, please introduce yourself. Yes, this is my hostage. If you take one step forward, they'll be dead in less than a second. My arrows may not look like much, but the tips are soaked in poison. One touch from this bad boy and it's a slow, painful death for you. Which is why I brought my bow and arrow. Stand aside, hostage. I'm planning on making you my minion later, so please don't get hurt. Oh, don't bother running towards the flames. What can you do? Hey, I'd get back here if I were you. I'm the villain here. Pay attention to me. Ugh, you guys disgust me. There. Perfect shot. See? He didn't even do anything. He just ran towards the flames like a crazy person, thinking he could save people just with enough courage and bravery. That's all a load of BS, you know. I believe that the real courage comes from the inside, no matter how cliche it sounds. It is true. I devoted myself to learning about chemicals and reactions because I found it interesting. This hero devoted himself to stupidity, as most of them do. Not the wisest choice if I was them. So, how do you feel about becoming my minion? Any objections? I could save you from this fire. Great, that's the right decision. You don't really need to do much. Just take this knife here and cut yourself a little bit. I just need a little blood for the pact, you know what I'm saying? What? Of course. I should have known you two were working together. I'm an idiot. Well, are you proud of yourself now? You killed the super famous villain. You know, I was just starting to like you too. Despicable. And I thought I was evil. Have fun living with this one for the rest of your life.